Atletico Madrid's chief executive officer was asked this week how much it would take to sell Julian Alvarez. He said they would not accept 100 million euros. They would not accept 150 million. They would not accept 200 million. He then pointed to the release clause in Alvarez's contract, 500 million euros. That is the number Atletico Madrid put on their striker. And this summer, both Real Madrid and Barcelona have been trying to sign him anyway. The transfer saga that has consumed Spanish football for 3 months is now 4 days from the start of La Liga, and Alvarez is still an Atletico player. But the damage it has caused between the 3 biggest clubs in Spain has already been done. Start with why Alvarez wanted to leave in the first place. He joined Atletico Madrid from Manchester City in August 2024 for 95 million euros. He signed a contract until 2030. And then something went wrong. Atletico finished 3rd and 4th in La Liga across his 2 seasons. They won no silverware. Alvarez scored 49 goals in 106 appearances, impressive numbers in a team that kept falling short. During the 2026 World Cup, he said publicly that he wanted to fulfill his dream and that a transfer was the best decision for his future. He said this while still under contract. Atletico used their official social media to publicly denounce what they described as a campaign of pressure and harassment. The relationship between player and club had broken, but what followed made the situation significantly worse. Barcelona agreed personal terms with Alvarez and began submitting offers to Atletico. The first offer was below 100 million euros. Atletico said no. Barcelona raised it to 100 million. Atletico said no. Barcelona president Joan Laporta set a deadline of July 31st for Atletico to accept, or they would walk away. Atletico rejected the deadline. Laporta set another deadline, August 10th. Atletico rejected that too. And then Real Madrid entered the picture. Reports emerged that Real Madrid, under new manager Jose Mourinho, with Florentino Perez personally involved, made an offer of 150 million euros directly to Atletico. CEO Miguel Angel Gil Marin was direct. They would not accept 100 million. They would not accept 150 million. They would not accept 200 million. The 500 million release clause exists for a reason, and then Alvarez returned to training this week and reportedly lost his temper. According to Mundo Deportivo, Alvarez completely lost his temper upon his return to the Spanish capital. He told Atletico Madrid to count him out. He is now prepared to go all out to force the move to Barcelona before the window closes on August 31st. He wanted to speak to Simeone and CEO Gil Marin about the transfer, but neither was present when he returned to the training ground. Atletico are preparing for his return to the squad, convinced he will remain part of their project. The 2 sides are in completely different places, and 16 days remain in the transfer window. But the Alvarez saga is only one part of the story. The broader conflict it has exposed between Real Madrid and Barcelona, and how that conflict is now shaping the entire summer transfer window for both clubs, is the story underneath the story. On Wednesday, Alvarez pulled Simeone aside before training and insisted on a transfer in their first face-to-face meeting since the World Cup. Simeone listened. He understood the situation. He remained approachable throughout, according to sources who spoke to ESPN. But he told Alvarez he is a key player and that the rest of the decision was up to the club, not the manager. By the end of the conversation, Alvarez was described as resigned, still hoping Atletico will have a change of heart before August 31st. Whether they will is answered by one decision Atletico made quietly last month that nobody has connected to this saga until now. When offered the chance to sign Victor Osimhen from Galatasaray for approximately 75 million euros, Atletico's board declined. Their reason, Alvarez already occupied that position. A club that genuinely believed their striker was leaving would have bought his replacement. They didn't. They also filed a formal complaint with the Royal Spanish Football Federation accusing Barcelona of making improper approaches, triggering an official investigation into whether Barcelona broke regulations in their pursuit. Atletico are not just refusing to sell. They are building a legal case against the club trying to buy him. The relationship between Real Madrid and Barcelona is described by Spanish journalist Jose Felix Diaz of AS as completely broken. Not strained, not difficult, completely broken. The tension has multiple sources. Barcelona withdrew from the Super League project in February 2026, leaving Real Madrid isolated. The Rodri transfer deepened the wound. Real Madrid believed they were close to signing the World Cup's best player, and Barcelona moved faster and signed him for 50 million euros, while Real Madrid were still negotiating. Then both clubs chased Bernardo Silva. Barcelona moved first. Real Madrid signed him. Both clubs pursued Marc Cucurella. Real Madrid signed him. Both clubs wanted Alvarez. Atletico blocked both of them. Every major transfer of the summer has placed Real Madrid and Barcelona on opposite sides of the same negotiation, competing for the same players, and the resentment has accumulated. But this is not simply a rivalry intensifying. It is a rivalry that now has structural consequences for how both clubs operate going into the new season. Barcelona have already grossed close to 70 million euros in direct profits from departures this summer. Ferran Torres, who scored the winning goal in the World Cup final, was sold to PSG for 50 million euros. Ansu Fati moved to Monaco for 11 million. Several fringe players and academy graduates followed. Barcelona are trying to cross 100 million euros in total sales to fund the arrivals of Rodri, Karim Adeyemi, and Anthony Gordon. La Liga's 1-to-1 financial rule means every euro raised in sales can be reinvested directly. Barcelona are selling players they might otherwise have kept because the Rodri deal required it. And Real Madrid know that Barcelona's financial constraint is exactly why the Alvarez pursuit may ultimately fail. Barcelona have offered 100 million and Atletico said no. Real Madrid offered 150 million and Atletico said no. If Barcelona cannot raise their bid significantly and Real Madrid are also blocked, Alvarez stays at Atletico. Simeone keeps his best forward. Both rivals leave the window having failed to sign the player they wanted most. Atletico's position throughout has been extraordinary to watch. Their president, Enrique Cerezo, was asked in April whether Alvarez might leave. He responded, "Can you guarantee you will not die between now and the end of the year?" His point was that Atletico had absolutely no intention of selling. Gilmarin reinforced the same message publicly in the most direct language possible. The 500 million release clause, the definitive no to 100 million, the definitive no to 150 million, the definitive no to 200 million. Atletico have watched Barcelona and Real Madrid chase their striker all summer and used every public platform available to make their position clear. And now, 4 days before La Liga starts, Alvarez returned to training furious, told the club to count him out, and Barcelona are still waiting for a deal. Atletico have no intention of accepting. The transfer window closes August 31st. 16 days remain. Barcelona need a striker to replace Lewandowski. Real Madrid want to send a statement after losing Rodri to their rivals. Atletico need to hold their squad together with La Liga starting this weekend. And Julian Alvarez, the Argentina striker who scored 49 goals in 2 seasons in Madrid, who told his club this summer to count him out, is training at Atletico, waiting to see if the 2 biggest clubs in Spain can find a way to meet a price Atletico have said they will never accept. The 500 million release clause says they cannot. 16 days will tell us whether Atletico are right. Subscribe. This window closes August 31st, and this channel covers every development the moment it happens.